one video that I need to get done today. I have been about as motivated as a very unmotivated person the last few days. And that kind of thing comes like in waves. Yeah, I guess the good news is I just don't really have anything I need to get done right now besides that video, and I can get that done. So no problem, no problem. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, it's fine. Okay, so this pizza right here. That pizza costs $4.99. $4.99. I think one of the big obstacles to eating a varied, healthy diet by any standard, like if you're talking like a paleo diet, you're talking a vegetarian diet, you're talking any of the diets they have, okay? Like that's really what's most important, right? Nutrient-dense foods. But there's also no denying that food like this fills you up. It's very difficult if you do not have a lot of money to feed yourself a healthy, varied diet when the options like this exist. $4.99, man, for an entire pizza. Brennan just got Resident Evil 7, so I'm gonna go over to his place, scare ourselves to death. Well, actually, Resident Evil is not such a scary game, but in general, I don't watch horror movies or scary movies. But the Resident Evil franchise has always just been just campy enough that it's worth playing. Like Silent Hill, I don't play with Silent Hill. But Resident Evil, well, Resident Evil 6 kind of sucked, I didn't like it. Okay, I'll see ya after Resident Evil. God, man, scary games and scary movies, they just prime you for being scared. Like now I come outside in the dark and it's all terrifying, even though it's just the dark that I'm never scared of. Oh! No, I'm just kidding. I'm fine. I'll link to the video, hopefully if I remember, but Arnold Schwarzenegger, he attributes his rise to success and all the accomplishments that he's made to having a vision. So like when he was a bodybuilder, he had a very clear vision of he wanted to be the greatest bodybuilder of all time and then look like some famous bodybuilder. He said like when he was in the gym and he was doing like 1,000 reps, everybody else had like these sour looks on their faces. But he was always smiling. People asked him why he was smiling. He said, because he knew that hard work, every step got him closer to his vision. Next thing I want to talk about. I can't remember who said it, but they said that character is following through even after the emotion of the initial idea is gone. So like when you have the idea of like, oh man, I'm gonna open up a bakery shop, and then it gets really tough, and then you're just like, forget it. And then you never even get it off the ground. For me, probably the two biggest things that I have done in my life. One, open a business. My mom and I, we opened the Zumba studio together. The initial idea was one of those moments where you have the idea and it's just like so inspiring and you're like, yes, this is gonna happen. This is gonna be the greatest thing ever. And then when you actually get started into the reality of doing it, all of the fear starts to creep in, the doubt starts to creep in, and you have to like push through that and do it anyway. But after time, I reevaluated and I said, maybe this is not really what I want to be doing, or the positive aspects of it didn't outweigh the negative aspects of it, and eventually I decided that it wasn't worth it for me. The next big thing is, even though this doesn't seem like a big deal, starting the Adventure Archives YouTube channel. We talked about it so much before we actually finally did it. We finally started the YouTube channel, and there's lots of hard aspects of it. We fought through those and just kept at it, right? Remember a few vlogs ago, maybe it was a few months ago, I made a vlog asking, what do I want? But I think the whole notion of having a specific vision is very important. When you have those unmotivated days, you can say, okay, well, am I doing things to contribute to that vision? In another recent interview with Arnold Schwarzenegger, he said he's also a very driven person. And there's people like that. Like you look at like people like Casey Neistat, Arnold Schwarzenegger, like your Steve Jobs, those type of people, they have something in them that just is like, I must go, I must do this, I have a calling to like get something done, you know, and I got these visions and I got these ideas. And then there's other people, and I know lots of these type of people, and they're leading super great, super happy lives, but they have no ambition to do anything great. And like where I fall is like, these are your Casey Neistats and Arnold Schwarzeneggers. These are your people who are just content with having a normal life. I'm like right here. And I like pull back to this way sometimes, and I pull back to that way sometimes. So I'm not on that crazy driven level where I'm like, I gotta do something every single day, I know what it is. But I'm also not on that level where I'm just like, okay, I wanna settle down, I want a stable job, I need a retirement fund, all that stuff. I don't necessarily think I need to do anything about it. Like, I think that's part of the fun, is the journey of like even if like, man, like if I live the rest of my life doing, never really making it big, never fully like just settling down and being like, okay, this is good enough, and you know, getting like a stable job, I would be totally okay with that. Because for me, I mean, I know it sounds ridiculous, but take this vlog for instance. If I just did this vlog and it never got any bigger, never made any money from it, I have so much fun making it that I don't care if I never make, and maybe this is why I don't make it to like those big visions, is because I don't have the vision. The main thing I'm trying to say is that I really do think that that's probably accurate, that if you want to succeed in something, you have to have a vision for it, a very clear, defined vision for it. And you have to persist even when the going gets tough. Just kind of like as a commentary to that, I don't know what my vision is. I don't have a specific vision right now. And I don't really know if I want one, or if that's just me putting off making a vision because I don't want to have that pressure, which is very possible. It's very possible, you know, like fear of success and fear of, you know, like really succeeding. That's definitely something I have had in the past many times, like where you know you could do something really great, but you're kind of like scared of it at the same time. If you have a clear vision for it, you can get pretty far. I'm not gonna say you're gonna actually succeed, because like the Zumba studio, for instance, you might get really far and then realize, well, this is kind of not exactly what I was wanting to do. But you know, honestly, my main vision is to make my everyday life very enjoyable, and then the people I interact with, I want those interactions to be good interactions every day. Like when I really get down to it, that is the most important thing to me. I actually think I've been doing a pretty good job of that lately. Like I've been very conscious lately of like, am I bringing this interaction up? Like, am I contributing to this interaction to where this is like a positive experience? Sometimes it's really easy to get caught up in like, oh, am I doing this right? Am I doing that right? And sometimes I think it's like, man, maybe if you just interactions with other people are pleasant and you're making the world at least not a bad place, you're doing a pretty good job. Maybe. I don't know. But anyways, I've rambled on for like 80 minutes now. Let's hope I edited this so that it is watchable. If I haven't and you've already stopped the YouTube video, I apologize. Thank you for watching today. I will see you tomorrow.